Hello everyone, and welcome back to December on the Cozy Chair. Do you see my happy Santa shirt? Whenever I wear this shirt, it makes me smile because Santa just makes me cheerful. Do you know what else makes me smile? This wonderful tree. It's from the Caravan Shop, and I love it because you have been doing all of those services this season. That means a lot to me. Thank you for doing all of those sweet things. And if you haven't sent in a comment, you still have time. So send me in a comment. If our tree is totally filled with ornaments, maybe I could put some snow coming down or something like that. I still want you to be finding lots of reasons to serve others this season. Freddie put on and zipped up his brother's coat. Wasn't that kind? And Desmond, he opened the door for his granny. What a gentleman you are, Desmond. And Yunsel gave a frozen art kit to their friend. Do you know what? That was really sweet because I bet you wanted to keep that art set. Sometimes we get something and we think, I just want to keep it for myself. But it means more when we give it. Just like in our book that we just read about the Christmas train. So if you haven't heard it, make sure you go back and listen to the Christmas train. Okay, well, today I have a really fun book. It's not necessarily Christmas, but in my family, I always read it in December to my own kids. In fact, I've read it so many times, my book is falling apart. You will see that some of the pages are coming out. But this is You Are Special. And this is by Max Lucado. And today I'm going to be reading this for Paisley. Hello, Paisley. I hope that you like this book. You Are Special. The Wemmicks were small wooden people. All of the wooden people were carved by a wood carver named Eli. His workshop sat on a hill overlooking their village. Each Wemmick was different. Some had big noses, some had large eyes, some were tall, and some were short. Some wore hats and others wore coats, but all were made by the same carver, and all lived in the village. And all day, every day, the Wemmicks did the same thing. They gave each other stickers. Each Wemmick had a box of golden star stickers and a box of gray dot stickers. Up and down the streets, all over the city, people spent their days sticking stars or dots on one another. The pretty ones, those with smooth wood and fine paint, always got stars. But if the wood was rough or the paint chipped, the Wemmicks gave dots. The talented ones got stars too. Some could lift big sticks high above their heads or jump over tall boxes. Still others knew big words or could sing pretty songs. Everyone gave them stars. Some Wemmicks had stars all over them. Every time they got a star, it made them feel so good. It made them want to do something else to get another star. Others, though, could do little. They got dots. Punchinello was one of these. He tried to jump high like the others, but he always fell. And when he fell, the others would gather around and give him dots. Sometimes when he fell, his wood got scratched, so the people would give him more dots. Then when he would try to explain why he fell, he would say something silly, and the Wemmicks would give him more dots. After a while, he had so many dots he didn't want to go outside. He was afraid he would do something dumb, such as forget his hat or step in the water, and the people would give him another dot. In fact, he had so many gray dots that some people would come up and give him a dot for no reason at all. He deserves lots of dots, the wooden people would agree with one another. He's not a good wooden person. After a while, Punchinello believed them. I'm not a good Wemmick, he would say. The few times he went outside, he hung around other Wemmicks who had a lot of dots. He felt better around them. Poor Punchinello, don't you think? One day he met a Wemmick who was unlike any he'd ever met. She had no dots or stars. She was just wooden. Her name was Lucia. It wasn't that people didn't try to give her stickers. It's just that the stickers didn't stick. Some of the Wemmicks admired Lucia for having no dots, so they would run up and give her a star, but it would fall off. Others would look down on her for having no stars, so they would give her a dot, but it wouldn't stay either. Look at her, isn't she beautiful? She doesn't have stars or dots. Yeah, they just don't stick to her. That's the way I want to be, thought Punchinello. I don't want anyone's marks. So he asked the stickerless Wemmick how she did it. It's easy, Lucia replied. Every day I go see Eli. Eli? Yes, Eli, the woodcarver. I sit in the workshop with him. Why? Why don't you find out for yourself? Go up on the hill, he's there. And with that, the Wemmick with no stickers turned and skipped away. But will he want to see me? Punchinello cried out. Lucia didn't hear, so Punchinello went home. He sat near a window and watched the wooden people as they scurried around, giving each other stars and dots. It's not right, he muttered to himself, and he decided to go see Eli. Can you see Eli up there, the big woodcarver? He walked up the narrow path to the top of the hill and stepped into the big shop. His wooden eyes widened at the size of everything. The stool was as tall as he was. He had to stretch on his tiptoes to see the top of the workbench. A hammer was as long as his arm. Punchinello swallowed hard. I'm not staying here. He turned to leave, and then he heard his name. Punchinello? The voice was deep and strong. Punchinello stopped. Punchinello? How good to see you. Come, let me have a look at you. Punchinello turned slowly and looked at the large bearded craftsman. You know my name? The little Wemmick asked. Of course I do. I made you. Eli stooped down and picked him up and set him on the bench. The maker spoke thoughtfully as he looked at the gray dots. Looks like you've been given some bad marks. I didn't mean to, Eli. I really tried hard. Oh, you don't have to defend yourself to me, child. I don't care what the other Wemmicks think. You don't? No, and you shouldn't either. Who are they to give stars or dots? They're Wemmicks just like you. What they think doesn't matter, Punchinello. All that matters is what I think. And I think you are pretty special. Punchinello laughed. Me? Special? Why? I can't walk fast, I can't jump, my paint is peeling. Why do I matter to you? Eli looked at Punchinello, put his hands on those small wooden shoulders, and spoke very softly. Because you're mine. That's why you matter to me. Punchinello had never had anyone look at him like this, much less his maker. He didn't know what to say. Look at Punchinello. Doesn't he feel special after talking to Eli? Every day I've been hoping you'd come, Eli explained. I came because I met someone who had no marks, said Punchinello. I know. She told me about you. Why don't the stickers stay on her? The maker spoke softly. Because she has decided that what I think is more important than what they think. The stickers only stick if you let them. What? The stickers only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust my love, the less you care about the stickers. I'm not sure I understand. Eli smiled. You will, but it will take time. You've got a lot of marks. For now, just come to see me every day and let me remind you how much I care. Eli lifted Punchinello off the bench and set him on the ground. Remember, Eli said as the Wemmick walked out the door, you are special because I made you, and I don't make mistakes. Punchinello didn't stop, but in his heart he thought, I think he really means it. And when he did, a dot fell to the ground. Can you see those stickers are starting not to stick? He's starting to trust Eli and what Eli thinks. There they are together. Did you like that story? I want you to know that you are special. And that what other people say about you, if they're mean or they have mean things to say, that you don't have to let that stick to you. You can let it drop off, just like Punchinello and just like Lucia. You remember that you are special. Thank you so much for coming to the channel today, and I hope that you'll keep coming back. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.